Hello everyone! Welcome to my YouTube channel once again. First of all, I would like to make a very fast comment about the fact that I live with two singer-songwriters and they rehearsed while I'm doing my videos. So I just felt a little uncomfortable to ask them to stop just for me to make this video. So that being said, we might listen to some singing in between my video. So this week in this behind the scenes series, I'm gonna talk about the documentary that I watched like 2 days ago, Miss Americana, about the story of Taylor Swift. If you know me, you know how much of a fan I am. I always loved Taylor Swift for her lyrics, for her personality, for everything that I always followed about her. And I couldn't be more proud to call myself a Taylor Swift fan. That being said, I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the scenes that really caught my attention and how I actually really recommend that you watch it. Whether you like it or not, whether you're a fan or not, if you're a singer in any way, you should watch this documentary. Taylor Swift talks about not only her life, her personal stuff, but all the struggles that she's been to get where she is, because sometimes we see people on the top and we think that they just appear there. To start with, I started tearing up already when she got her first award. The first thing she says, she thanks God, and for me that's so important because I'm such a faithful person. I think God makes everything happen for a reason, and I am 100% sure that I'm only here because of God's plans. His plans are greater than mine, and the fact that the first thing that she said on her first award was thanking God, for me was very special. And I just, every time I see these kind of videos, I picture myself there with a bunch of details to make it real, and I just can't imagine this day will come, and I can't wait for this to happen. Another thing that really got my attention, and I think for me is one of the main messages of the whole documentary, is about how, when she talks about how dangerous it is for you to depend on other people to approve what you're doing to be happy. As soon as you start depending on people to approve what you're doing, that's when you will never find happiness. For me, that's what I think, because never in your life everybody's gonna approve what you're doing, because people have different experiences, people have different cultures, people have different standards. And I always say there's no such thing as common sense in the world. Like now, right now that I'm living with a bunch of people from very different parts of the world, you can see that there's no such thing as common sense. So what's good for me is not gonna be good for you. So if I depend on everyone approving what I'm doing, I'm never gonna get there. This day is never gonna come. There's no rule. Like, I cannot compare myself to Taylor Swift, who wrote her first song at 12. Like, I wrote my first song last year because I had a totally different history, totally different environment, totally different family that didn't allow me to be this person that I am today earlier. So I am starting now, and I don't think that's a bad thing. This is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm gonna do, and that's it. I cannot compare myself to anyone who started later, who started earlier, or any other, they're doing it in any other way. Like, I have my history and they have theirs. There's one part of the documentary that Taylor Swift says that when you struggle to get at the top of the mountain, and when you get there, you look around and you say, now what? And that's actually very interesting, because we're always running to get to some point. Like, you have a goal and you want to get there, but when you get there, then what? Like, what do you do when you accomplish your most important and your biggest goal ever? What is the next step? I think this is it's a very good problem to have, but it is a problem. It's an issue. Like, what do you do next? So this is something that kept me wondering after the movie. So I think it's important for you to have goals, but it's very important for you to be grounded and have a separate life. Like, not live for your work, because you're never gonna get to the top. Whenever you get to the top, you're gonna want more and more and more and more. So if you have a grounded life, you can balance this. Can you hear him? I'm gonna leave his links below, so it's worth it. There's another part of the movie that really touched me that I already knew, but it's nice to see in her perspective, like her relationship with her mom. I am very close to my mom. My mom is my best friend. She knows all my secrets and all the bunch of secrets that I have. She knows everything. So seeing my idol having the same relationship with her mother that I have with mine, for me it's a very interesting thing. There's another very nice part of the documentary that my whole life I always saw Taylor Swift as a thin person, like, but not in a bad way. Like, she's thin. It's her type, like her body type is being thin. So even when I kind of like, oh my god, she's very thin, like in some pictures, I just thought like, maybe she struggles to get weight, you know, this kind of stuff. I always had this mindset. I never saw Taylor Swift as a eating disorder person. And I think it's so important that she made this struggle public. And I can only imagine how hard this must have been. Every single night I pray to God to use me as an instrument for good stuff in the world. And when I see someone as big, as influent as Taylor Swift using her voice to do this kind of stuff, it inspires me to do the same. I am not even 0.00001% of what she is, but I think that if you can impact people around you, this is your world, you don't have to impact the whole world. But whenever you make yourself an example of anything that people think is unrelatable, I think it's already positive. Now to the politic part of the documentary. I honestly believe, as a marketing person, that actually the whole documentary has one single goal, that is political. You can see by the end of the video, like from the half forward, you can see how political gets, how you can see Taylor Swift saying, I do have a political opinion, face it. The moment she says, like, I'm not gonna be quiet anymore, I'm not gonna shut up, I do have a voice and I'm gonna use it in favor of things that I believe, it makes me very inspired to do the same. I do have very strong opinions about a lot of things, but sometimes I keep it to myself because I don't want to be a dramatic person, because I am already known to be a very dramatic person in my personal life. Her conversation with her family about taken a position on the Trump and US political scenario, for me it was super powerful, empowering, touching, inspiring. I think it was very important for her to use her power in the favor of things that she believes. You can see how the documentary is part of this revolutionary plan of making a change in the politics in the US specifically. So me, Mirella, who is here from Brazil, living in London, struggling for my music career, for me it's so inspiring to see Taylor Swift, that is the voice that I've been listening to since I was 15, that I used to identify and see myself in her with all the love stories and being frustrated and being deeply in love, and now I can see her as a human being with a bunch of issues, a bunch of struggles, but she's still there, she's still doing, she's still fighting, and she still uses her voice for good stuff. There's also this one part of the documentary that she says specifically, I want this so bad, but I'm scared. And she's reading a quote of her diary when she was super young, before she starts, and I couldn't identify more. When she said that, I just thought to myself, that's me. Because as much as I work hard every single day, as much as I have my struggles, living apart from my family, living apart from my friends, feeling lonely sometimes, and not being sure of where I'm going, what I'm doing, and I really want this, I always think to myself, imagine if it works. This is a life plan that if I achieve my goals, my life will never be the same. It's very scary to know that you're walking towards a life-changing decision. But anyway, philosophy moment done. This is gonna be the year that I'm gonna see Taylor Swift performing for the very first time. I bought tickets to see her perform here in London in June. I'm gonna go alone because I couldn't find anyone to go with me because it's too expensive. But it's okay because I'm never alone when I'm listening to Taylor Swift. So I couldn't be more inspired, I couldn't be more happy, more proud to be her fan. I love this documentary, and even if you're not a fan, like I said before, you should watch it because you can learn so much about the industry and about the sexism, about the pressure, the society pressure and hate, how much hate you have in this world. Honestly, if you watch the documentary, you know what I'm talking about. Very nice documentary, Miss Americana on Netflix. I feel like I'm doing a commercial. But anyway, it is there, go watch it, let me know what you think. If you have already watched it, if I didn't comment or something that really grabbed your attention, let me know because maybe I missed something. So that's it. I really hope you liked this video, and again, please subscribe on my channel because the whole point of doing these videos is to grow my YouTube channel. Tomorrow I have a new video with Leon Blur. It's gonna be a new music, it's gonna be a live recording video. I really hope you enjoy it. So like this video, share with your friends, leave some comments and help me out. I'm gonna leave my links below so you can follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page and all this kind of stuff, and also my SoundCloud so you can listen to my original songs if you like to. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week.